Welcome to Nostalgic Necro, and today in the arena, we are playing my current favorite card in Standard, and that is Unholy Annex. I love this card because for me personally, it brings back those old school Necro vibes, and Necropotence was my favorite card growing up as a kid, back in the days when I used to play Paper Magic. Now we just got a huge ban announcement, and for mono-black players like me, that announcement makes us really happy because Corey Steelcutter is gone. And for anyone who's played Mono Black in the ladder lately, you know exactly what I mean. Corey Steelcutter was the bane of our existence for two reasons. One, it comes down and we have no way of interacting with artifacts, so it stays in the board the whole game and we have to deal with it. Two, that go white strategy is really rough for us. We don't really have great sweepers. Yeah, you can try Malicious Eclipse. You can try Scavenger Regent, but let's be honest, they're not as good as a card like Temporary Lockdown at dealing with the core source of the problem. So I really love going into the ladder at this kind of time when there's been a big shift to the meta. I find that there's a lot of creative stuff going on and people are still trying to find their feet and figure out what's going on. So the purpose of this video today is really just to jump in, let's see what's going on in the meta and let's see what people are trying out and what works. So I've made a couple of changes to the version of this deck that you might see on Untapped. I just want to quickly chat about them and explain why I've made some of the changes that I've made. First of all, I like going with Soulstone Sanctuaries because they power up as a demon in a pinch to combo with the Annex. Secondly, you've got to keep creature lands, I believe, and that is because like Planeswalkers are not that prevalent in the meta right now, but when there is a Planeswalker that does come down, creature lands are a really good way to deal with that, especially in my deck where I've actually kind of removed Sheldred's Edict, which is the other way to deal with planeswalkers, because I prefer having targeted spot removal to take out the creatures that I really want and that are really going to cause me the most problems. I've gone for a 3-3 split between Bloodletter and Archfiend because Archfiend is such a good blocker against mono red, and I think that's still going to be very prevalent. I like being able to play a 6/6 body that they can't attack into. Scavenger Regent, I really want to test this card because if there's a lot of like Convoke or Go White strategies, this card might be the card that saves us. Liliana's great in the mirror. In the mirror, I find that whoever plays either Liliana or Annex early often has the advantage. Unstoppable Slasher must stay. It combos so powerfully with the Bloodletter. And secondly, this card is so good against control because if they Day of Judgment, the Slasher is unstoppable and it's coming back and they basically have to invest more resources to get rid of it. So I think this card has to stay as a 4-of. It's really good. And then for the rest of the deck, it's the typical stuff that you'll see in Mono Black. Lots of disruption, hand disruption with Deep-Cavern Bat, Duress, and the Heist. Disrupt their gameplay, and then we need lots of spot removal because mono red is still going to be prevalent, so that's why we've gone for that. But yeah, that's the idea. Let's see how Mono-Black Midrange fares in this new world. And you know, I may be the nostalgic necro, but for today, I want to put that nostalgia aside because I want to focus on what these cool new cards, especially Unholy Annex, can do for us in the ladder today. All right, let's test this theory. Is Mono-Black Midrange back, baby? We go first. I don't currently know the meta. In the previous meta, this would have been a very good hand because it could deal with Steelcutter and Omniscience, but we don't have to worry about that now. Still think this is a good hand. It's got lots of good things in the early game. We can just start with the Duress here, see what's going on. Ah, Convoke. Okay, that's actually pretty tough for us. Convoke comes back, we might need to start playing more Regents and stuff like that. It's really our only card, that and maybe Malicious Eclipse to deal with that. I think, yeah, the key is actually just to figure out what is the meta right now. Oh no, whoops, I should have taken out the Knight Errant there. Oh, they Gleeful Demolition, wow. Well, we can cut this down to prevent them from Knight Erranting this turn, but we're in big trouble here. Land. I think we have to take the Knight out their hand. I don't think we have a choice. Do we give them a card? I don't think we give them a card. Gotta take the Knight out their hand right here. Need a land so we can get down a blocker, otherwise we're in big trouble here. Yeah, unless you have to draw another artifact. Damn, we don't get a land. Artifact creature. I think we have to find the land here. So I'm just going to play Annex, take a lot of damage, and then try get Bloodletter down next turn. But missing that land drop really hurts. Okay, Resolute Reinforcements. Still no land. It's going to swing for a lot of damage here. How much is that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No land. I think we're dead here, right? Yeah, okay. Well, the Convoke deck is going to be a problem for us. I think the answer to that is the Regent or the Malicious Eclipse. But we're not there yet. I think, like, I'm still trying to figure out what's actually the meta. If I find that I'm playing lots of this kind of deck, then I'm going to make maybe a few tweaks to the deck. But for now, we can just keep playing a few more games and see how it pans out. Alright, in the last game, we played the Boros Convoke deck. Hopefully that deck is not making a comeback, because that deck was really painful, especially with Mono-Black. I do think we might have the tools to deal with it, because Regent's pretty good, but let's see how it goes. Okay. Hopefully it's not Boros Convoke again. Let's find out. Okay, people are going back to the Boros Oculus deck as well. That's a pretty tough matchup for us, huh? Marauding Myco. I think we have to bat here. I think we bat and try and disrupt their game plan as much as possible. Damn, they have 2 Oculuses. I think we have to take the Tirsa, because currently they cannot actually cast the Oculus. As long as we can stop them from discarding, we can actually prevent that. So I think we bat up again here. Take the next Tirsa. And hold cut down here. I think we can pretty much cut it down in response to anything they do anyways. They cycle. Okay, we'll just cut this down now then. And I think next turn we're just going for Slasher. Apply as much pressure as possible. Yeah, I think Slasher is more important here than the... It seems to have stick here. Yeah, we're just playing Slasher here. Which is the tower. So they get Tirsa back. They're most likely going to play it. Do we block? Or do we just go for damage? They don't attack anyway. Oh man, second game in a row that we get mana screwed. That's pretty unfortunate. Can't find that fourth land drop. Opponent decides to block. Okay, here missing out is a very good card. Opponent actually still doesn't have white mana, I've just realized. They can't even cast the Helping Hand. Opponent definitely has stick here, you can tell, because they've been eyeing our card the whole game. They get back the Tiersa. I think we just go for Archfiend here. Start draining them with the Annex. Land. Next turn we can get down another 6/6 Demon. If we win this game, I think we're pretty lucky. Because opponent hasn't drawn the white source. What's the tower? But they cannot kill the Archfiend because they don't have a token or artifact to sack. I think that's what you need, right? Enchantment. Ah. They can sacrifice enchantment, token, or artifact. I don't know why opponent did that. I think we just force him to sack the Tiersa. Gets them down to 4. Next turn we can deal them more damage with the Annex. Okay, I think we're clean here. Having said that, I think we're very lucky that opponent didn't draw a white source. I mean, yeah, they almost certainly would have been able to get back an Oculus down if they had that, and then we would have been in a lot more trouble. But we'll take the win. Well, we'll just play the Aclazotz. Okay. Nice win for us. I've got to be honest, the first 2 games, which has been Convoke and Oculus, are not the best matchups for Mono-Black Midrange, actually. So let's see if that trend continues. I was hoping to play a lot more like Mono-Red, and I think we have a good matchup there because we have so much spot removal. Let's see how it goes. Okay, last game we got a nice win, although a little bit lucky against Oculus. They didn't have the best draws. Let's see what we've got here. So far it's Convoke and Oculus. Is that the new meta? Let's find out. Alright, Duress up. Okay, this is something different. Okay, this is the... This is the Reanimator deck. I'm starting to wonder if we need like more graveyard hate cards in our deck, because we don't have any, and if Oculus and these Reanimator shenanigans are going to become popular, that's exactly what we're going to need. Okay, we need to kill them quick with the Annex Bloodletter, I think. Okay, nice that we draw a land there. I think next turn we go for Archfiend and then try to deal a tremendous amount of damage with the Aclazotz. I think that's the plan here. We have to hope that we can somehow get in the air. Cruelclaw Heist is nice, but I think they're going to have the reanimation spell here. I'd be surprised if they don't. This is like a turn too late. They don't have the reanimation spell. Wow. So what do we do here? I think we rather heist them and try to take it out their hand. Yeah, I think that's better, right? I feel like they're going to have something here for the Archfiend. They don't. Do we gift a card? I don't think so, because we want to take the reanimation spell out their hand and make sure that they don't draw another one. That's why I'm doing this. Ah, okay. They don't have the reanimation spell. Which one of these cards we want to exile? None of them have... Yeah, this is the one that gains them life. At the same time, they've already got one in the graveyard. I think this is still the card that causes us the most problems, potentially. Oh yeah, we get just down another Annex. Drain them for 2, and we actually have the lethal presented next turn with the Aclazotz, so I think we're going to be okay here. Could they have played this for 7? 4? Yeah, they would have been able to play that, and that card gains them life, I believe. Okay, I think they're gonna have to win this turn, or we're gonna win. Because we can, yeah, I was gonna say we play Aclazotz and drain them for a whole lot there. Okay, well, interesting game. That was kind of like a race. We don't really have any graveyard hate tools to deal with them, so then our only strategy is just to win before they get their big creatures down, and we managed to do it in this game. Let's see, maybe Graveyard Hate cards like Strategic Betrayal or Lord Skid are the way to go. I don't know. We're still finding out what's going on with this new meta. Alright, last game we got a nice win over a Reanimator deck. We just annexed them to hell and pretty much drained them, and Archfiend also was something that they couldn't deal with. Let's see how it goes. We go first. Duress. I think this is a good hand. Need that third land, of course. But we have stuff to do. Oh my gosh. Hate whiffing with Duress. This is a tough matchup for us. The Dimir deck is specifically a tricky matchup. Oh wow. Cruelclaw Heist is good, huh? We have to take the Enduring Curiosity out their hand. I think we have to do that right now. Next turn, they're probably going to do nothing and hold up the Fairy Mastermind. So there's no point for us to not do this now, I don't think. I think we'll give them a card. I'd like to try play this Enduring Curiosity myself as like a way of getting card draw. It's a bit of a long-term play because they're going to be dealing us a lot of pressure in the early game. Nevertheless, I know from experience, if this card gets going, it's a real problem, and we have no way of exiling it, so... So I think they can counter this, right? Okay, so they Fairy Mastermind. I think we have to take that out now, and we'll use the Nowhere to Run, because I think... Counter ability, if an ability on an artifact creature. So I think we go for the Nowhere to Run because they can't. They can later get around that with the Tidebinder, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's how it works. This card always confuses me. I think that's how it works. Okay. Opponent's applying a lot of pressure here, though. It's not good for us. Cut down. They bin it. Land. So if we Enduring Curiosity, they go for the Throated. We could Anoint one of these guys. This thing has flash, but not flying. What do we do here? If we Liliana, they just kill it next turn with the other... Do we just flash in the Curiosity and force them to use their Go for the Throat? Maybe that's the right play. And then hope to draw a land and play down a 6/6 demon next turn. So I think they're going to see this coming. And most likely go for the throat it now. Oh, that's nice. The land gives us a lot of options here. Because now we can either annex and like we can basically do anything we want this turn. But let's go for the kill here. Or the attack, I mean. I'm expecting opponent to react here. They don't react. Interesting. Oh, they want to... Okay, they want to prevent the card draw. I'm actually fine with that. Sure. So I think we anoint the Tidebinder. I wonder if an ability or an item creature depends on it, lose all of it as long as this creature remains. So I think we want to get rid of this right now. Because I don't like that. I guess the question is, do we sack Liliana here? I think we sack Liliana here and thin out their board. Like, we've got card advantage with the Annex. So I think it's worth just, like, preserving life. I really want them to use this Go for the Throat on the Enduring Curiosity.
One of your friends has to leave.
So that we can get down a 6/6 demon. Okay. That's kind of what I wanted. Let's see if the actual... Like, let's see if the way it works in real life is the way that I'm... Oh, they get it back? I did not realize that. Oh, that completely changes the equation. Whoops. Okay. Well, that changed everything. I completely forgot that they get it back. Oh my goodness. Okay, that changes the equation completely. I think we either go for a demon here. Oh my god, that's terrible. I can't believe that. Okay, they got 3 cards in hand. I think I'm gonna gamble that they don't have a removal spell. Get down a blocker to prevent them from drawing cards. Obviously, if they have the interaction, we are in trouble here. Like, we just can't let them draw cards right now. Okay, that's really good for us. I think we go for another... I think we just plop another demon, right? Because they have so many ways of interacting with the board. Yeah, I think we just go for another demon. Do we attack here? Man, it puts them under a lot of pressure. I think we attack. They didn't have the answer last turn, so we're hoping that they still don't have it. Gets them down to 10. Next turn we can flip Annex. Like, we might be able to race them from here unless they draw really well. They would have to draw into action. Kaito, okay. Kaito lets them dig. Ah, no, sorry. They can tap the demon. Right, okay. I thought they were going to... What's the other ability? This has Surveil too. And draw a card. Okay, Duress is so nice here. I mean, it lets us plan our whole turn. Nowhere to run and cut down. Suppose we take nowhere to run. There's no point powering up the Foundry because they do have the cut down though. So just unlock. Yeah, we're just going for damage here, right? We could have actually won this game had we, instead of Duress, Unholy Annex, but I think we're going to be okay. They'd have to get rid of 2 demons somehow. They are going to draw a lot of cards though. Okay.
I've trained with the best.
Why would opponent do that instead of getting the Surveil? Really getting the Surveil and drawing is better? Oh. And then play Siren. Yeah, we just need to hope that they can't kill 2 demons, I think, basically. Okay. Bat up here. Let's see what's going on in this hand. See if there's any chance that opponent has a way around this problem. Okay, cut down. These don't have 2 removal spells. Okay. Oh, they've got the Tide Binder, but yeah, I think we win, right? They can Tide Bind and prevent one, but not the other. Yeah, okay. Nice win there. I always find Dimir to be like a really, really tough matchup. So the Dimir Midrange, especially when this card gets going for them and they are like attacking you with all their flyers and just drawing so many cards. I made a big blunder with the Enduring Curiosity. I didn't realize that when they kill it, it came back to their side. But luckily, we were able to stabilize and prevent them from really attacking into us with our 6/6. Okay, last game we got a win over Dimir Midrange, and I've got to say I'm really loving the variation. Like, I think people are just trying out new stuff because no one really knows what's going on in the meta yet, and I'm all for it. Opponent goes first. Yeah, this is a good hand, huh? Lots of stuff to do in the early game. We haven't even played Mono Red yet. Do we duress or hold down? Hold cut down. I mean, I think if this is a toxic deck, which we don't know if it is, but if it is, we really need to... Should have probably cut it down on their turn. They might have a counter here. Okay, I was going to say, you know, if it's a toxic deck, we really need to prevent them from giving us that first toxic counter. I think I'm happy to bat here. Because at least Bat definitely takes something, Duress doesn't definitely take something, and we could play Cruelclaw Heist, but getting like a little creature that can start pinging them is also really nice. Probably Mindful will end turn proliferate. Each opponent sacrifices a creature planeswalker of their choice and gets a poison counter. I think we take the Vraska's Fall. Because Proliferate doesn't actually hurt us right now. I think we take the... I hope I got that right. My thinking is... Yeah. Okay, now Proliferate will hurt us. Yeah, because... Sorry. My thinking is that Proliferate wouldn't hurt us there. Whereas this would give us that first poison counter. It would be very problematic. Yeah, I think we just keep disrupting them. Let's hit bats. Take all the removal out their hand. Okay, wow, they got lots of removal though, huh? Okay, so we take Anoint. Does it matter which one of these we take? I think yeah, okay, we want them to use Anoint, because then our Slasher doesn't get exiled. I think that's the right play. Take Drown and Ichor. And now, hopefully they anoint the bat so we can get down a Slasher and start applying crazy pressure on them. Oh, man. This guy's got a lot of removal, huh? That's not good. Okay, we do have a second Slasher. What do we do here? We can either Slasher, but it dies immediately. They Slasher, they most likely Anoint. It's the right play here. They Slasher, they Anoint it so it dies. we just get Anoint out their hand and then play Slasher next turn? Or we play Slasher this turn, they Anoint, and then we play the second Slasher. Okay, I'm going to try this. I don't know if it's the right play. Okay, they Anoint. So I think we Heist them this turn. Take the hopefully last removal spell that they have out their hand, because that's all they seem to have. Wow. Okay. Take out this, and now next turn we can play Slash, and they currently don't have a way to get rid of it. And this is going to tick their life down very, very quickly. So they can give it -1/-1. But it gets us to 4 poison. Do we bother Duressing? I'm pretty sure they're going to... They would just, in response, put -1 on the Slasher, right? So there's no real point in doing that. I mean... I think it's better just to draw cards. This is instant, right? So, okay. Yeah, there's no point even playing Duress there. Okay, go for the Throat's nice in case they play a creature. And draws 2 cards, loses 2 life. I think we're still okay. I mean, we're at 4 poison, 5, 6. There's on his hand. Okay, so we can go for the Throated, and I believe that would prevent us from being proliferated. I think that might be worth it. Oh, return target non-permanent if that permanent had mana value 3 or less. Okay, I think we have to go for the Throat our own Slasher here. Prevent the proliferation. We have time. I'm pretty sure this doesn't proliferate me now. And now that they're tapped out, we can actually take the Whispers of the Dross. Whisper of the Dross out their hand. Okay, that's really nice. We really need that land. Oh, man. I think we're just playing another Annex here. I just need land so that I can create a demon, right? Okay, okay, okay. Nice. Okay, we'll get Mishra down. It is an attacker. Yeah, we just unlocked this. We don't have time to play games. Okay. Opponent down to 1. I think we're looking very strong here. Golgari, can they... Wow. Theoretically, they could get us to 4 in 1 turn. I don't think it's possible, but maybe. They need to find 3 more. Okay, they don't find 3 more. Alright, well, that's a nice win. And, man, so much variation today. Okay, we go first. This is a pretty good hand, right? Disruption, removal, turn 3 play. I think we take that all day long. Okay, this might be Rakdos Fling, maybe? Let's find out. That's what I love about Mono-Black. You just get to find out. Oh boy. What the hell do we take here? Do we take the Invasion? Take the Gyada, force them to find another creature. Take their Invasion, force them to slow down their game plan a bit. I think we take the creature here and force them to find another creature to play. Hope that they don't find it. Oh boy, we got the slasher combo here. Hell yeah. Let's see if we can pull it off. I think we just go for it here. Opponent might have removal, but they do have removal. Okay. Well, that sucks. And now, if they draw a land, they can Rakdos. Okay, they don't draw a land, so we have one more turn. Oh boy, this is a huge problem. What do we do here? This is a huge, huge problem for us. Create a token. Create a token that's a copy. I think we just have to go for max damage and try blitz them, right? I don't see any other way. I mean, they're going to gain so much life, though, from this. From reanimating this. Whenever a creature or another creature will control with power 4 or greater enters, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Okay. So they are going to Rakdos here. We do have a lot of damage in the air. Ah, so they get the Carnosaur. I suppose they realize that they're going to die otherwise. Seize the spoils. Okay, we couldn't pull off the combo, but the Bloodletter put on enough pressure there where we got the win. I'm just starting to wonder. We've seen a lot of graveyard shenanigans, and we don't have any graveyard head in this deck. So I'm starting to wonder if, and again, very early days, maybe for this new meta, we're going to need a bit more graveyard hate. Maybe something like Lord Skidder or the Strategic Betrayal, which exiles the graveyard. Good matchup last time. We just kind of race them again. That's kind of our only strategy, I think, against the Reanimator decks. We just have to race them with Slasher and Aclazotz and Annex Drain. We go first. Interesting hand. We do need that land in order to lay down Liliana. I mean, the black source. Ah, it's the mirror. If they Duress us turn 1, that sucks. At least we still have Liliana. Both of these cards are really good against the mirror, so I'm glad that we have both here. Having said that, if they play Annex, we are not happy. Yeah, I think that's the only card to take. I think we play Mishra's Foundry. It does threaten Liliana if she comes down. If they bat here, we can go for the Throated and at least get our Liliana going. Ah, it's not Mono-Black. Demon Wall. I think we take that out with Liliana, right? Next turn we can either go for the throat or slash it, depending on what they do this turn. What comes down? Quasi-Reverent. Frustrating card to deal with. Okay, what do we do here? I think we start with a bat. Or do we go for slasher? No, we can't slash it because then Liliana's not protected. So I think we start with a bat, see what's going on in the hand. Oh boy. All these cards are big problems. I think we have to take the Annex though and prevent the card draw. I think that's our strategy here. Now, the question is, do we discard Sanctuary or do we discard a land? If we discard a land, we can't play Aclazotz if we draw it, but I think I'd rather have the creature land right now. And then we play Soulstone Sanctuary. Okay, opponent goes after Liliana. We have no choice but to go for the Throated. And opponent will most likely play the Dread Knight here, which is a huge problem for us. So they get the value out of it and they can play it. Another land. Let's think here. The opponent, if this creature dies, you may cast it from your graveyard as an adventure until the end of your next turn. Don't think we can afford to lose Liliana, but how do we prevent Liliana from dying? Because they can just Reverent to give it flying. We can block with a bat. Is there anything we can do here? Don't think so. I think we just have to play land, play the slasher. Okay, we're not looking that good right now. I need to draw something really good here to get out of the situation. So I guess the question is, do we just discard a card from their hand and force them to attack down Liliana? I think that's better. If we kill the Dreadwood Knight, essentially next turn they just draw a card with it anyways. Maybe this is the wrong play, but I'm going to try strip their hand more.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Kind of forces them to play the Reverend this turn. And if theoretically, I guess I was going to say if we draw the Bloodletter we can win, but actually we discarded our Swamp, so it's not going to work. Because I think they have to go after Liliana here, right? Yeah, they have to go after Liliana. They do have a massive life linker, but we have a creature that basically halves their life. So their exact life total is not too relevant. We go for a huge swing here. And we really need... What do we need here? We'll map up the life linker, I assume. Yeah, we need removal. Like, cut down would be nice. Oh, they bat. Okay. Land is not it. I think we push damage. I just think we have a choice, right? I think we have to push damage. We attack with a bat. They block the bat with a bat. I don't think we can attack with a bat, right? Well, now we're in trouble because the Sentinel is going to give them value with the map tokens. They're going to be able to draw. So I think we're not looking strong here. If only we had this Annex, the whole game could have been different, but it is what it is. They found the card they need, that early Duress. I mean, if we draw Annex, we might be able to sneak some damage. I don't think so. Yeah, if we draw Annex and survive 3 turns, theoretically we can win here. They do have a life-linking bat though, so probably not. Okay. It goes to 8. Get a 3/3 and then the third Sentinel or the second? Cut down. Down's not gonna help us here, but we can cut down the Dread Knight. I think we have no choice. We have to cut down the Dread Knight here. Power up the Foundry. Whoops. Yeah. We just have to keep their life total low. Having said that, I mean, I think we've lost this game, but I'm trying to see if there's any way we can possibly win it. Like if we draw an Annex, we can get down a 6/6 demon. Another Dread Knight. Yeah, I think let's just see what we draw next turn, and otherwise I think we can just scoop this game. I don't think we're coming back. They got so much value from these Mosswood Dread Knights and these Sentinels now. Like, they're way ahead. We got a little bit flooded towards the late game here. Like, we couldn't find removal. Ah, okay, does this change the equation? Probably not, but we're going to try now. They can make the bat very big, actually. So we're going to need to find removal for this bat. I think the correct play from the opponent might be to attack with the Sanctuary so they can get a map token. Man, I was going to give up, but actually we have a small chance here. Like, if we draw removal... Oh, but they're going to attack with a bat now? I think we have to take out this bat while we can and hope to find another demon. Now we need another 6/6 demon or some sort of flying threat. We don't find it. Oh, whoops. And I need to power this up and do a full attack. Then we will power up the Mishra's Foundry, turn it into a 4/4 here. Somehow still in this game, but really by a thread. Is this Innkeeper's Talents about to go nuts on us? Probably. Oh man, the Dread Knight is so frustrating. Just like cards and cards and cards. Still think if we can find a 6/6 demon, we can win this game somehow. That's why I haven't scooped just yet. And maps up. No. I think with that we can scoop. Still good game, the opponent. Yeah, the Golgari Midrange is a really fun deck to play, and it does often cause black problems because they have the way to get rid of the Annex with like cards like Terra Sunder once it hits the field. Whereas if they get an Annex down, we have no real way of dealing with it. So they do have an advantage in that way. And well done, opponent, for the win. Welcome back. I put my nostalgia aside and I've got to say I was not disappointed. I had a really great time today playing with these cards, especially my current favorite card in Standard, Unholy Annex. You know, I'm personally very excited about what this ban does to the meta, especially for someone like me who really loves playing Mono-Black. The fact that Steel Cutter is gone. That card was a huge problem, and honestly, it made my life very miserable playing a list like this in the past. So I'm very happy about that. I was also very happy to see how much variation there was today. We played Golgari, Dimir Midrange, there was Oculus, there was Reanimator, there was Convoke. I really hope that the meta stays that way and that, you know, we just have a lot of variety. One thing I did pick up on, we didn't really have any graveyard hate cards in our deck. We actually have none. And Graveyard Hate seemed to be prevalent, at least from the small number of games that I played today. So I think it's just worth discussing what Graveyard Hate cards you might want to incorporate. Lord Skidder is a pretty good option. I don't think it's a great card, but it's pretty good maybe as a one-of. Strategic Betrayal is a card that I've experimented with before. The problem was against Steelcutter was pretty useless because they just sack a token, whereas you need to take out the Drake Hatcher or the Slick Shot to stay in the game. But maybe now that Steelcutter is gone, Strategic Betrayal can be more prevalent. But yeah, it's early days and I'm excited to see how this meta evolves and how Mono-Black Midrange performs in the upcoming changes that happen and as people figure out new stuff. But if you have an idea, please let me know about how you think we could maybe make this deck better, because I would love to take ideas from people in the comments and maybe incorporate them to make a new video. I think that'll be really cool. But yeah, that's the gameplay. And if you enjoyed it, stay tuned and consider subscribing because there's going to be more un-nostalgic Necro coming soon.